Water is an essential component in many industrial manufacturing processes. For many companies, the quality of water plays a crucial role towards success. Last year we won the award for Newspaper of the Year, which is an internationally renowned prize. Several parameters need to be in place to receive this award, including the quality of print, the layout, content and profitability of the paper. Well, all these factors together eventually led to the awarding of the prize, and I believe that part of that success can be attributed to Grander Water. Who would ever have imagined that there is a connection between the print quality of a newspaper and the condition of the water involved? In June 1999, the Media House Vorarlberg decided to install the Grander Water revitalizing system, which means that they were among the first printing plants to choose this approach towards quality management. Today, other companies in Switzerland have followed their lead. In the beginning, they were curious and ready to take on a new challenge. By the end, the practical advantages had become apparent. Now, with a track record of 8 years, the results are impressive.
The
quality of water is an important factor in the offset printing process. We took the opportunity to test the Grander device and found that something extraordinary took place. There's a 4 to 6 month cleaning cycle we go through with the offset printing machine. We wash it with the cleaning concentrate, and then you see dirt lifting off. But when we installed the Grander device, we got the same result we would normally get with the concentrate. We were all amazed to see this process happen before our very eyes. That was the initial result, and then later, during the printing process, we found that the stability of the water had increased. The quality of the water was no longer fluctuating as much as before. Water quality has a significant influence on the quality of print and the spoilage. That means that in the quality of print, in the water and color balance, I get more brilliance of color in the newspaper. I get more contrast in the images. In order to achieve this, the ink has to be good, but also the quality of the water, the pH value, conductance and surface tension. And here we have found that the water is more stable and causes us fewer problems. And we really could not imagine doing without it now.
Wir möchten es eigentlich nicht mehr missen.
Das ist die Chemikalien-Dosiereinrichtung.
This is a chemical dosage equipment. Here you can see the broad-spectrum biocide we use to kill the bacteria. We used to use a stabilizer to keep the particles suspended and a dispersing agent to maintain appropriate precipitation. The whole process has become obsolete since we introduced Grander technology. Germany's Daimler company is based in Wörth on the River Rhine. Today, a total of around 100,000 trucks per year are built here. Millions of screws are fastened using an advanced air compression technique. Air compressors, however, produce excessive heat, which has to be controlled and systematically carried away. It is not an easy task to try to stabilize the cooling water. Until now, the only possible approach had been through applying chemicals. Daimler, however, wanted more, to protect the environment while at the same time reducing cost.
After
we installed Grander technology, we were able to reduce the use of chemicals. Then we tried to stop using chemicals altogether. That is, right after adding a standard dose of chemicals, we turned off all the dosing equipment and waited to see the results while taking regular measurements in case we needed to start reintroducing the chemicals. As it turned out, we didn't have to do that. We kept testing every 6 weeks, but found that with water conditioned by Grander, the system is stable. As an engineer, I would say that the experiment was a success. We plan to switch over all our cooling systems in due course. Our approach turned out to be a model experiment. It was successful and confirmed to us that the technology works. Based on this, we will continue to use this technology. In the brewing industry, water is the most essential resource, even if the average customer might not see it this way. But at the Memminger Brewery in the town of Memmingen, Germany, personal experience at home as well as recommendations from various other brewing companies regarding revitalized water led to a decision to use this water in the production process. And so in keeping with the motto, anything worth doing is worth doing well, the entire production process was revitalized.
Alles, was irgendwie mit Wasser zu tun hat, ist durch Grander auf.
We've used Grander technology in every water-based process. This includes cleaning, heating, beer production, the whole lot. We assumed that the beer would have the full round flavor and would go down well and have an improved taste. One of the positive side effects was that we could reduce the use of disinfectants for cleaning. For example, we no longer use chlorine during the cleaning of the tanks. We've managed to completely eliminate 2.5 tons of chlorine each year. As you can imagine, our accountants have also noticed, and they just can't help smiling. Revitalized water goes very well with hops and malt. There was definitely a pleasant surprise in store for the brewers. The fermentation process also takes less time. We found that under the same conditions, fermentation is reduced by about a day. We don't know why that happens. We can only tell because of the byproducts of fermentation that we use as a reference in deciding when to send the beer to the storage cellar. We can see that fermentation reaches its target earlier, by about 24 hours. We've managed to reduce the overall cost of production. In addition, the quality of the beer has improved. For example, the carbon dioxide distribution throughout the beer is better. When you drink it, it seems less gassy. It's also easier on the stomach. We also produce our own soft drinks, and they have improved too. The fruit flavor is more pronounced, and the carbon dioxide is better distributed. Overall, there's been a marked improvement. The Hirschmann Company in Rangweil, Austria manufactures, among other things, plastic parts for the automotive industry. The pressure casting process is a very sensitive step. For a problem-free production process, the correct cooling water temperature is absolutely crucial. Hirschmann's water quality problems had become so serious that they could no longer be ignored. Conventional water treatment methods could not solve the problems. As a result, in 2005, despite some natural skepticism by the staff, Hirschmann started to experiment with Grander water revitalization.
Die Motivation war, dass wir Anfang 2000
The initial motivation was that in early 2000 we were experiencing serious problems with sludge accumulation in our system and tools. Conventional filtration techniques and chemical treatment were unable to get the sludge under control. We had tremendous problems with the filters and were constantly having to replace them. We used chemicals, but with no real success. In the past, we experienced serious problems because our cooling units simply could not cope. Cooling is really important. High-quality production is only possible when the entire system, including the tools, is properly cooled. Tools that are not cooled sufficiently cannot make clean parts. Either they get sticky, causing imperfections in the product, or in more severe cases, the whole production line stops due to machine failure. For a company like us that relies on a continuous production process, that's a disaster. One of our engineers suggested that we install a Grander system. It's fair to say that over the last 2 years we've never looked back and have not had a single problem. No more sludge in the water, and production lines that run perfectly. The skeptics became converts. It's the result that counts, not the explanation of how it works.
Ich nehme es erfreut zur Kenntnis, dass es so ist, wie es ist.
I'm happy to see the way things are now. We no longer have to spend money on unwanted maintenance. I've got machines that run perfectly. I'm not really bothered whether I can explain it or not.